DialogueWORKS, Recipes for Conversations That Work. Part 4, How to Create a Conversation That Works. Now that we have reviewed the skills or behaviors for creating dialogue, or what we call real conversation, let's look at a recipe framework for creating a conversation that works. It is important to remember that the spirit of dialogue is about learning, openness, collaboration, improvement, and the engagement of others. Approaching conversation in this way is essential to creating our desired results. As I mentioned earlier, we have established a recipe framework to help you achieve results by planning for and facilitating difficult conversations. So why is it important to have a recipe framework? Use of a recipe framework not only allows you to prepare for the conversation beforehand, but also to know where you are at any given time in the process of holding a conversation. Just like using a recipe in the kitchen will help you achieve a successful outcome, we believe that using a framework or guide in a difficult conversation will increase the likelihood of success in addressing difficult or sensitive topics. The recipe framework for holding the conversation is created by combining the various skills of recognizing and suspending, expressing, asking, and listening and attending. Combining these skills creates the 4 phases or steps in the DialogueWORKS process that help you initiate your conversations, discover different perspectives, connect values and goals, and build new solutions and stronger relationships. Let's review these phases of the conversation framework. Initiation is the starting point for holding any conversation and combines the skills of recognizing and suspending with expressing. In this phase of the conversation, our goal is to gain the attention of the listener by introducing the topic of conversation in a way that engages their participation without creating defensiveness. We do this by clearly identifying our intent and by seeking their permission to engage in the conversation. When initiating a conversation, it is also important to recognize and suspend our own judgment about the situation so that we can create an environment of openness and avoid derailing the conversation with a defensive reaction. The next phase of the process is discovery, which combines the skills of recognizing and suspending with asking. In this phase of the DialogueWORKS process, we ask questions to gain understanding or additional information to better understand the situation or issue at hand. We also use the discovery phase to test our assumptions and to verify the accuracy of our thinking. Asking questions in the discovery phase also provides us the opportunity to surface the thinking of the other person and to create greater awareness. When we combine initiation and discovery in the DialogueWORKS process, we create an effective 2-step approach that helps us to quickly engage the other person in the conversation and reduce defensiveness by immediately asking for their perspective. The third phase of the DialogueWORKS process is connecting, which combines the skills of asking with listening and attending. Connecting is achieved as we learn whether we agree or disagree, and as we identify areas of common ground. The connection phase of the conversation helps us to summarize one another's understanding, clarify goals and values, and share expectations and consequences in achieving our goals. Finally, the 4th phase is building, which combines the skills of listening and attending with expressing. Building is about creating accountability. Building encompasses sharing new ideas, perspectives, and understandings that help to create solutions and resolutions to the issues at hand. Success with this phase of the conversation is achieved when a plan is finalized for moving beyond the current situation and establishing commitment for execution to the agreed-upon plan. We hope you'll agree that this recipe framework can help you initiate your conversations, discover the other person's perspective, connect goals and values, and build new solutions and stronger relationships. Next, we will describe each phase in more detail and provide examples of how to use the DialogueWORKS process in your challenging interactions to create conversations that work.